Pregnant women in Ontario are facing challenges on multiple fronts. Not only are hospitals preparing for a possible shortage of epidural catheters, but now some women are being warned that staffing shortages may affect their deliveries.
It's definitely nerve-wracking, and we're just trying to take it a day at a time.
Cassandra Colley-House is 41 weeks pregnant and began noticing changes to her care in her second trimester.
It started to get harder to start to access or book some of the services that we needed for routine care.
She was forced to travel an hour away from her home in London, Ontario for routine ultrasounds, not able to book an appointment anywhere in the city due to staffing issues. In her third trimester, she was faced with an even scarier reality.
It was going to be harder to get induced if we weren't able to induce naturally, and that's where we are right now. It was scary, and it's, I think, very indicative of a larger issue in our healthcare system.
Staffing shortages are still plaguing Ontario's hospitals and affecting a range of services, but pregnant women are facing another shortage too. In a statement, Ontario Health confirms 14% of hospitals in the province have less than a week's supply of epidural catheters. And while the majority of these sites have not flagged their level of supply as an urgent concern, Ontario Health and the Ministry of Health continue to work with any hospitals experiencing low supply levels. They add, in all cases to date, the supply shortages have been resolved via either sharing between hospitals or escalating requests with suppliers.
Hospitals were only using one supplier. So I think this is a good lesson for the future too, to form those relationships with other suppliers so that we're not in this situation in the future.
Dr. Tali Bogler says in urban settings, epidurals are used in up to 80% of deliveries. The ongoing global shortage hit Canada in July, but Ontario's hospitals weren't impacted until last week.
An epidural is truly the gold standard for pain relief, continuous pain relief and safety. And it's the most common choice.
To have that suddenly taken away as an option is, well, it's nerve-wracking for parents.
Some good news to end this story. Since we spoke with Cassie last week, she has successfully given birth to a baby boy. Now, Ontario Health says they continue to track inventory to determine where needs are, but for the time being, there is an adequate supply of catheters in the province. For City News, I'm Tina Yazdani.